Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's your man Valentine, baby. Coming from on the grind. And you know what time it is, man. You know how it's going. You know how it's going to go down. It's going to go down outside, man. This is the outside edition. You already know why. Van City, man. Sunny. Can you feel me? Just look around. You see all sorts of sunshine, baby. That's how it is. But now look here. We boy, there's a lot of things going down, man. I'm even shocked by certain things too, but man, I don't know. The the one I'm shocked most at is some, I guess a white professor in Kansas. I guess she's been posing as a black woman, and I guess she's been teaching black studies and becoming like becoming a part of the chapter of the NAACP, and and you know, teaching, when you're teaching black studies, you've got to know about the black studies. And I don't know, I mean, I guess she knows about black studies, but my thing is, why in the world you want to put yourself in that predicament, understanding all the plight of black people right now? And unless you were, I don't know if she was doing a study or not, and she wasn't. I mean, it's crazy. The things that's going on right now, the way black people are being treated. I mean, being black as America right now is an epidemic, and a pandemic. You feel what I'm saying? So for her to want to be black with all the socioeconomic reasoning, but I mean, see, the white privilege gave her a lot where she can then come out and pose to be black. You see, trying to use the white privilege to be black. But I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't think I want to be white. I love who I am, and I don't get no preferential treatment being white. But then again, if I was white, there'd be like I said, there's a white justice system and a black justice system, and we're gonna get to that in a minute too. And so, you know, but for her to pose as being black is beyond me. It's, I don't know, shocking and appalling, and funny, because I don't get it. I don't get it. But there's probably more to this story than we know. So, I mean, keep looking into that one. And then you already know that, I mean, people are saying there's no systemic racism in certain countries, or either in the certain police forces, or blah blah blah. And I know there was a story of this woman who, I think she was the Delta police chief's wife, sprayed some woman, and I guess, I don't know, called them names, blah blah blah, and told her to get off her property and things like that. And yet this woman, there's no charges being laid. I guess she can't be charged with discrimination, because you know, hey, you see, white system, white justice system, black justice system, man. Because her case gets put to, what do they call it? Alternative measures? What does that mean? That what, she can go to discrimination school and or racist school and say, hey, look, and she has to recite that she's not a racist, or she hasn't discriminated against anybody? And what does that mean? You get to do what? I mean, you know, the more and more you look at it, man, the more and more we see that there is two justice systems in Canada and America. Because you have, on one side, you have white justice and black justice and indigenous justice. So we indigenous people and black people, we all in the same, we in the same justice system, man. Because they killing us on both sides of the border. And yet white folks get to get off free. They get a get out of jail card free, man. And it's amazing because you have all these people that are just, it's mind blowing. I don't even understand. I mean, I was watching the young man, Purdy. I think it's Purdy or Purdy. I mean, Daniel Prude, Prude. Say his name right. You know what I mean? And watching his brother and his dad and do an interview, man. And I mean, these people are hurting. You know what I mean? And they're hurting for their family members, man. Every time we see a black man come on TV, you know why. Because either somebody shot their family member or, yeah, it's either shot or they're dead. You know what I mean? And, you know, Benjamin Crump's going to be on TV saying, hey, look, this is what's happened. And here's another case. You know what I mean? And this family's reeling from this man being killed, which it's mind-boggling. All you had to do was arrest the dude. The dude gave himself up, put his hands behind his back, laid down in the middle of the street even though he was naked. You know what I mean? Laid down in the middle of the street, gave up, and yet they still had to put a spit bag or whatever it is on the man's head and then hold him down for 2 minutes. All you had to do is take him up and cover him up and then put him in the paddy wagon. You know what I mean? That's it. Man, I tell you, I don't understand. There's too many things that's going down, man, and it's not cool. We have, you know, the Attorney General in the United States saying there's no systemic racism in the U.S. and saying that, I mean, even with the Jacob Blake being a shot 7 times, there's no preferential treatment to black people when they get arrested. Unbelievable. Can you imagine that? And then you know, man, I don't even want to go on. This is so, it's ridiculous, man. It's exhausting every week coming out and talking about the same thing about another black person getting shot. And I'm gonna say it again because another black person got shot in Los Angeles and another one. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Black people are an indigenous, not indigenous, but endangered species, man. And we don't know how to, we just have to make sure that we're not being hunted every single day, man, by being safe. And everybody has to stay safe, man. I don't understand why black people are so feared. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. Because it's too much. Man. I can't even understand it, man. I don't. And I'm trying to help y'all by coming here and telling y'all that this is what's going down and blah, blah, blah. But for me, every single day, man, it's exhausting to come out and talk about another black person getting shot, another black person getting beat down by the police. You know, the systemic racism and the racial profiling, the racial brutality, and the socioeconomic reasons and all these things that are going on, and people are fighting for all these things, but yet each and every single day, even though we're fighting for it, another black person getting shot or getting killed in the streets. So social reform, man, it's amazing that people are still doing what they do. And that's the only way these things can change, because we have to have people stepping up and making sure that they continue to march and speak out about racial injustices, you know what I mean? So it's Friday, man, and we're hoping that the weekend goes and it's quiet and there's no more killings and no more brutality, you know, and hopefully that we can come to next week and we can speak about something that's positive next week, you know, that there's some change and that hopefully there's some police reform or whatever there has to be to get some change done. You know what I mean? And because coming to y'all every single time, man, and talking about somebody black getting killed again is exhausting and it's tiring. And like I said, man, enough is enough. So people, you need to get yourself together, man, and remember that silence is not an option. Speak out about racism and discrimination. You feel me? And remember, we are going through this pandemic. And as I said before, the pandemic does not discriminate, man, or the virus does not discriminate. Only the pandemic of racism does. And I'm going to continue saying it because Kamala Harris is now entrenched in my head where she said racism does not have a vaccine. You feel what I'm saying? So people, you need to do the right thing, man. Make sure you wear your mask. Social distance. Wash your hands, hand sanitize. You know what I mean? Make sure you do the right thing to stay safe and keep your family safe. Yo, I'm your man Valentine, baby. And if you think it's your time to shine, you need to get on the grind with your man Valentine.